whenever you are ready, we'll start in whatever position feels good for you. Once you arrive into your place, just close down the eyes and sitting really nice and tall. And just taking this time to soften a little bit more into your body. And to arrive onto this mat. And into your breath. And just starting to deepen into each inhale and each exhale. Taking those real big inhales through the nose. Nice long exhales through the nose. Just beginning to quieten down the breath and the mind a little bit more, so that we can really stay focused. Nice soft inhales. Nice soft exhales. Whenever you're ready, gently blink the eyes open, coming to your hands and knees. Just warm up into the wrists a little bit more. So spread into the fingers. We'll just rock forwards and backwards as you're really grounding into the inner palms. Maybe you want to go round and round with the wrist, or you can just rock forwards and backwards. And then turn the back of the hands towards the ground, palm faces up, fingertips towards you. Yeah. And then just rock forwards and backwards. If this feels too much in the wrist for you, you can always scooch the knees in a little bit closer towards the hand. That way it won't be as intense. You might find that you feel this a little bit more if you do a lot of desk work as well. Maybe a lot of time on the phone. So it's just a nice wrist stretch. Come to bring the seat to the heels. We're going to extend the arms out in front of you, fingertips faces up. So, lift them arms. Yes, and all you're going to do is just flicker the fingers. Go super, super fast here. Just warm up into the forearms, into the wrist a little bit more. Keep going, flicker, 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 flicker. So we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Did you feel that? Coming back to your hands and knees. Tabletop position. So now we'll set your base up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart with the index finger at least facing forwards. So just check in with that. Grounding into the inner palms. Knees underneath the hips, coming for a few rounds of your traditional cat-cow. Yeah. Really round it in, and then as you inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest through, create the arch, and then as you exhale, really round it in, push the ground away from you. A few more just like that. So cat-cow is always a great place to start a class. It's just to really get that meditative flow of the breath and movement together. And then make this your last round, finding that nice neutral spine. Okay, so finding a little bit more engagement into the belly and into the ribs. Yeah, there we go. You're going to spread into the left fingers, lean left side plank onto the left side. So take whatever variation feels good for you, whatever that you can maintain. Lift your hips up a little bit higher, yeah. And then really press away from the ground. Keep grounding into the inner palms. as you find your breath. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, lie all the way down onto the left side. So now you're going to angle yourself. The hip stays where it is, and your toes comes towards an angle. And then you'll lie all the way down on the left side. The left arm reaches towards the top of the mat, yeah. Right arm over the head. Yeah. You need to go towards the angle, like, yeah. So you like corners of the mat, yeah. So you're going to use this stability of the core, hollow out the belly, engage into the ribs. We're working the side body now. So you're going to inhale, lift it up, tap your hand and the top leg together, lift it all the way up, yeah, and then lower all the way down. Yeah, try not to roll backwards though. Yeah, making sure that the side body really stays towards the long side. So we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, careful not to roll backwards, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick reset if you like. So you can do that one more time. If you like, this time round, you're going to lift both legs up at a time. I don't know, we didn't do this. Yeah, for 10. Or you can stay with just one leg. Yeah. 9, 8, 7, nice. 6, so you're really pressing through the bottom hand as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into a forearm plank. Pivot 10 toes towards the right. The right. Yeah. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. Okay. So just set your foundation up here. The chest and the elbows are facing forwards, the top of the mat, but the hips and the legs are rolling towards the long side of the mat. Okay. Remember to keep that engagement in the core. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, tap the hip to the ground, the left hip to the ground. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower your left shin to the ground. You're going to come to a modified side plank on the left hand. That's probably the best way to explain it first. On the left. Yeah, so lower the left shin. Yeah. Keep that right leg extended, lift your hips up. Press down the leg, you're going to inhale, lift the torso up, exhale, right hand down your right leg, the other way. And then left arm reaches up and over. So now you're just stretching into the left side. So keep the chest facing the long side as you spread into the left ribs a little bit more. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, release all the way to the ground, tabletop position, reset. Moving back into your cat-cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest through, the arms look up, exhale, round it in, chin towards the chest. And then you can always stretch into the wrists a little bit more. Up to you. Make this your own practice. Make this your final one, reset, neutral spine. Spread into the right fingers, lean right, side plank on the right side. So stacking the shoulders on top of the wrists, fingers are facing forwards. Be careful not to roll backwards, so see if you can keep facing the long side of the mat, so roll the hips forwards a little bit more. Yeah, activate into the glutes, and if at any time you can always lower the bottom knee to the ground. Lift the hips up a little bit higher so you can engage into the side body a little bit more. Take one more big inhale, and then as you exhale, lower down onto the right side. So set your base up so you're like a triangle. Your feet or your toes are towards the bottom corner of the mat. The right arm is extended. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift and then crunch your side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick reset if you like. So this time around you can continue doing the one leg. If you like, you can try doing both legs. Try not to roll around in the hips too much. So when you're ready, we'll lift. For 10, keep pressing into the bottom arm. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forearm plank. So in your forearm plank and in any planks, the glutes are engaged. Yeah, and then you pivot 10 toes towards the left. The left. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. Okay, so the base is facing the long side, your top half's facing forwards. Lower and lift your right hip to the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's drop the right shin to the ground, modified side plank on the right hand. Yeah. And then lift the torso up, left hand down the left leg, right arm reaches all the way up and over. Yeah. Pushing the hips slightly forward so you're not adding in that back bend. Yeah. And if it feels awkward in the upper body, you can always place your right hand behind the head just to create a little bit more space in the upper, across the chest. Take one more big inhale. This time as you exhale, we'll land it in your downward facing dog. So looking for that nice V shape in your downward dog. Yeah, your sitting bones being in the top half. Okay, so for this first one, let's bend your knees a little bit and then push your hips back behind you a little bit more. Shorten the stance a little bit. Yeah, and then push your hips, your outer hips back behind you. Yeah. The head is roughly in line with the biceps. And again, just always checking with the foundation. So then this foundation is the hands and the feet. Hands are about shoulder width distance apart with the index finger at least facing forwards. Super grounded in the inner palms. Yeah, just so you can take the weight out of the wrists. You've got a nice long spine here. Keep breathing. Take one more big inhale. And a nice long exhale. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Press down the legs. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Reach the arms nice and high. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. For this first plank, we'll drop the knees to the ground. Yeah, so they're behind the hips. Imagine crunching the hip point to that last rib. So you've got that slight tuck off the tailbone. Yeah, but you're not going crazy. Okay, so you're going to shift it forwards. Keep shifting way past, lower all the way down. Nice. Point 10 toes. As you inhale, find your back bend. Pull the chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to stay in a low back bend first before you move into your upward dog, just to walk into the side. Inhale, look at the front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Press down the legs, inhale, lift you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Feel free to drop the knees to the ground like you did at the start, or you can keep the knees off the ground, it's completely up to you. You're staying with the knees down. Crunch your hip point to that last rib. Yeah, perfect. Engage into the glutes, stabilize into the pelvis. As you shift it forward, keep shift, lower halfway down. Untuck the toes. As you inhale, find your back bend. Pull the chest through. Nice. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Press down the legs, inhale, lift you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. Exhale, fold all the way back down. One last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Right away, shift it forwards, wrap the triceps back, lower halfway down. Untuck the toes, inhale, find your back bend, pull the chest through. Exhale, use your belly, downward facing dog. You can stay in your downward dog. If you like, you can come for a quick child's pose as a reset. Keep grounding into the inner palms, make sure they don't lift up. Dropping down onto the forearm, so dolphin pose. Keep the hands separate, shoulder width distance apart. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Engage into your midsection. Okay, so you're going to shift the gaze out in front of you. Feel free to drop the knees to the mat. You're going to sweep it forward. Chaturanga to half press up, so you need to lift your elbow. Yeah. Inhale, push it all the way back up, plank pose. Engage into the mid.
Dolphin?
No, plank. Oh. Yeah. Exhale, drop it down, dolphin pose. We'll just do one more round like that. So again, feel free to drop the knees to the ground as you sweep it forward. Lift the elbows up at the same time. Nice. Lift it all the way up, plank pose. Exhale, dolphin pose. Nice. Actually, let's do one more. You did good. So inhale, sweep it forward. Lift the elbows up. Push it up. Use your whole belly. And then drop it the forearms down. Dolphin pose. Beautiful. Pushing into the hands, see if you can lift the forearms up at the same time. Returning back into your downward dog. Need to shorten the stance a little bit more, I think. Bend your knees a little bit. And then push the hips back behind you a little bit. Nice. So now you're going to internally rotate the fingers inwards. Yeah. And then you're going to send the elbows out as you send the crown of the head towards the ground. For 10, 9, keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset the hands, fingers facing forwards. Inhale, reach your right leg nice and high. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand, followed by the left foot, yogi squat. So left hand inside of that left foot. Nice. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. You're going to step it back, plank pose. Shift it forwards, wrap the triceps back, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift, use your whole belly. Exhale, jump to the outside of the hands, yogi squat, or you can step, completely up to you. If at any time you want to come into a crow, you're more than welcome to add that in and then jump back. Yeah, so Sergey's going to show you how it's done. Yeah, hollow out the belly, round into the back, jump it back. You would try. And then jump to the outside of the hands. Nice. It's always good to try new things. Isn't that right? Take one more big inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Step it back, plank. Or you can shoot back. And then lower halfway down as you shift forwards. Push it all the way up. Nice. Relax the shoulders and then you exhale, downward dog. You sort of did your own thing there. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, lower the knees to the mat. Boat pose. We'll do it this way. Yeah. Yeah. Take your variation, so you can always tap the fingertips behind you. You can always bring the heels to the ground. So you want to make sure that you can find that controlled core here. So you're going to take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale, lower halfway down. And then as you inhale, lift up, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Yeah. For 10, 9, staying on the same side. 8, 7, 6, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick release if you like. And then when you're ready, hug the knees in. And then come for a quick happy baby. So separate the knees and the feet nice and wide, grounding into the lower back. Yeah, so you can either keep the knees towards the armpits, or you can do what Sergey's doing and just grab onto the outside of the feet. Release the feet. Okay, you're going to come back into your yogi squat. You can step it through or jump into it or roll into it, however you like to get there. Releasing the hands to the mat, spread into the right toes. You're going to lean right, take a big step back with your left foot, lizard lunge. Keep that left knee off the ground. Yeah. So notice how you adjust the front foot, front knee in line, or same direction as the toes. Yeah. Knee always on top of the ankle, maybe behind but never forwards. You're going to walk your left hand towards the left a little bit more, so you've got a nice wide base from the left hand to that right foot. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, you're going to thread your left leg all the way through the gap. Tap your right arm to that left leg. And then step it back for 3, 2. Nice. Last one, settle in your lizard lunge here. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, scoot your right foot to center. So now we're in a lower lunge. Keeping the left hand roughly underneath the shoulder, or maybe a little bit forwards. Right hand onto your lower back. Take a deep inhale, find your length. The exhale, twist. You can stay here if you like. Reach your right arm high. So you can reach the right arm up a little bit more. Yeah. And if it feels uncomfortable on the neck, the gaze can always be towards the ground. Keep pressing into the right big toe. Keep breathing. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. One leg plank. Sweep the right leg back behind you. So you can stay, just a one leg plank. Yeah. So you can stay here. If it doesn't feel good, you can always lower the left knee to the mat, way behind the hip. So you're going to shift it forwards, fire up into that left quad, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift, one leg plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. One more time, inhale, lift, nice soft breath. Exhale, lower halfway down. 2 feet, inhale, find your back bend, pull the chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Quick reset if you like. As you inhale, reach your right leg nice and high. That's your left. Drop down onto the forearms. So now you're in a one-leg dolphin pose. Shift the gaze out in front of you. You're going to inhale, rock it all the way forward. Nose touches the thumbs. Keep the right leg lifted. Exhale, rock it back. Keep engaged in the right leg. So in this one, you can bring the palms together if that feels better. Yeah. So rock forwards and backwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the quick reset. Stay in your one-leg dolphin as you round your knee in towards the nose. Let's pause here. Thread your right leg underneath the left leg. Yeah, like all this. So you come into your fallen triangle. Spin the back foot down, and then you're going to push all the way up into your right hand. Yeah, so think of it as this revolved side plank. Oh, wow. Are you okay? It's a proper shape. Come back into your, falling triangle. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Keep pressing into that right foot. You're going to take a big step forward with your left foot. So now we're in a curtsy. Yeah. The right leg is extended. Just squat it nice and low here. Keep sending the chest forward. So now we've gotten out of the upper body. Just give it a bit of rest. Press down that left leg. Inhale as you all the way up. Tuck the right knee in. Stay nice and engaged, stand nice and tall, and as you exhale, float it back, warrior 3, whatever variation feels good for you. Begin to interlace your fingers behind the head, drop the right hip down. hips are facing forwards. This hip needs to face forwards. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And then interlace your fingers. Pointing to the back toes, you're going to take a deep inhale, create an arch, think locust pose, and then as you exhale, you're going to round it in a tiny little bow. The slower you do it, the easier it will be. For 3, 2, keep the hips facing forwards. Last one. And then come back into a warrior 3, whatever variation feels good for you. Drop the hip down. There we go. Keep bending into your left leg, land your right toes back behind you. Twist towards the left, split the arms nice and wide. Left hand down the back leg, right arm reaches all the way back behind you, exalted warrior. Yes, so spread into the right ribs. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. Take your time, downward facing dog, or you can come into a child's pose. Keep grounding into the inner palms, make sure they don't lift. Keep finding that nice soft breath as you take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Repeating the sequence as you drop down onto the forearms, dolphin pose. Keep the hands shoulder width distance apart. Again, remember you can always drop the knees down at any point. Shift the gaze out in front of you. You're going to sweep it forward, half press up, lift the forearms up at the same time. Push it all the way up, drop it down, dolphin pose. It's 2 more like that. Inhale, sweep it forward. At any time, you can always skip this as well. So guys, giving up on life. Drop it down one last time. Sweep it forwards. Drop the knees down if you want. It's up to you. Yeah, and then sweep it forward. Yeah. Push it up. And then dolphin pose. Nice. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, lift the forearms off the ground, return back into your downward dog, adjust your stance shorter. A little bit shorter. Yeah, bend your knees a little bit more, and push your hips back. Nice. Internally rotate the fingers. You're going to do those push-ups. Take a deep inhale, exhale, down for 10. 9, doesn't have to be a big movement. 8, as long as you can control it. 7. 6, nice long neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset the hands, fingers facing forwards. As you inhale, reach your left leg nice and high. Exhale, step it to the outside of your left hand, lizard lunge. Spread into the left toes, lean left, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, yogi squat. And you can also take this opportunity to roll around into the wrists as well if you feel like they're just a bit niggly. Releasing the hands to the mat. Step it back, plank pose, right away, shift it forwards. Wrap the triceps back, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Use your whole body. Exhale, yogi squat. You can always do this via a crow's pose as well. Take a big inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Feel free to drop the knees to the mat as you shift it forwards, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, yogi squat. And obviously, you can always skip the half press up. One last time, take a big inhale. Exhale, step it back, lower halfway down. Remember the chest and the hips lowers at the same time. Inhale, lift, use your whole body. Exhale, yogi squat. Yeah. Release the fingertips behind you, bring the seat to the ground, boat pose. Find your breath here, so the breath here should remain the same as you were in your child's pose. Take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale, lower halfway down. And then inhale, lift, exhale, left elbow to that right knee. Yeah. Make sure you can maintain form for 10. 9, you can always lower the heels to the ground. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, release. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. Coming back into your happy baby, separate the feet and the knees nice and wide. Grab the knees in towards the armpits, or you can grab hold of the calf, ankle, feet. Send the soles towards the ceiling. Release the feet. You can step, jump, I don't know, yogi squat, however you like to get there. Use momentum. And then adjust when you're there. Perfect. You're going to spread into the left toes. You're going to lean left. Take a big step back with your right foot. Lizard lunge. Yeah. And adjust yourself once you arrive here. Walk the right hand way over towards the right, so you've got a nice wide base. Take a big inhale, exhale, spread your right leg through, tap with the left arm. Yeah, for 3, 2, last one. Nice. Step it back, lizard lunge. Take a big breath in, exhale, walk the left foot to center, lower lunge. Find a railway track rather than a jump rope. Left hand onto your lower back. Take a deep inhale, send the right shoulder forwards. Exhale, twist. You can stay here if your right left arm reaches up. With that left leg and hip, make sure it's not sticking out. So can you wrap it in towards the midline? Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, release the hand to the mat. One leg plank. Shoot your left leg back behind you. You can always drop the right knee to the mat, remember. Just making sure you can keep integrity of the pose. Take a deep inhale, exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift. And again, you can always stay in your plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. One last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower halfway down. Point 10 toes. As you inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Quick release into the wrist as you drop down onto the forearms, dolphin pose. Left leg reaches up. Don't allow this left leg to be limp, so can you engage into that quad a little bit more. Walk the right foot in a little bit more and just bend your right knee. Yeah. Shift the gaze out in front of you, rock forwards and backwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee to nose, round it in. Take a deep inhale, exhale, spread your left leg underneath the right arm. Spin the back foot down. Falling triangle. Think of it as a revolved side lunge. Top arm reaches up. Yeah. Keep pressing into the base as you lift your hips up a little bit higher. Find your breath. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Take a big step forward with your right, wherever that foot is. Where's that foot? Right. Yeah. Curtsy, extended curtsy lunge. Yeah, hands together. Pull back on that right hip a little bit more as you lean the chest forwards a little bit more. Yeah. Nice release into the upper body. Quick break. Press down the foot, inhale, lift you all the way up, tuck the knee in, stand nice and tall, and as you exhale, float your left leg back behind you, warrior 3, whatever variation feels good for you right now. Remember in your warrior 3, the hip points are facing forwards. Yeah. As you begin to interlace your fingers behind the head, pointing to the back toes, take a deep inhale, create the arch, activate into that back body, and as you exhale, round it into a tiny little ball. Inhale, release. Exhale, round it in. One last time, inhale, release. Exhale, round it in. And then inhale, release, return back into your warrior 3, whatever one you've chosen. Nice. Bend into your right leg, land your left toes back behind you, revolved high lunge, twist towards the right, split the arms nice and wide. Yeah, be careful not to lean too far forwards, so you can always bend into that back leg. Right hand down your back leg, left arm reaches all the way up and back. It's exalted warrior. Take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale, release the hands to the mat, take a child's pose. Just soften into your breath. As you Just take a big inhale through the nose. Nice long exhale through the nose. Reconnect to your body, your breath, and your mind. And just noticing and really feel into the sensations, the rewards of what you've just done in the practice. Returning back into your tabletop position, hands and knees when you're ready. Flip the palms up so the back of the hands are towards the ground, or just release into the wrists. Yeah. Rock forwards and backwards. Again, you can always scooch the knees in a little bit more if you need a little bit more space. Should feel nice. You can also place the knees on top of the palms as a self-assist as well, so it's completely up to you. Stay here as long as you need to. If you feel ready, we'll come back into your downward dog. Ground into the inner palms. As you inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, round forwards. Exhale, back. 1 last time, inhale forwards. Exhale, back. As you inhale, reach your right leg nice and high. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward. Rise up, high lunge. Walk your back foot in a little bit more and a little bit wider. Micro bend into that back knee a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Keep squeezing into the inner thighs. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Just a nice stretch here. Find as much length as you can along the arms so you can find maybe a stretch in the biceps. So take a big inhale, puff the chest forward, and as you exhale, fold down towards the inside of that front leg, humble warrior. And see if you can reach your arms over the head a little bit more. Drop the left hand to the ground, right hand onto the lower back. Take a deep inhale, send the left shoulder forwards, and as you exhale, coming back into that twisted lower lunge. You can stay here if you like, right arm can reach up. Just be mindful of your right leg. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. Step it back, downward dog. As you inhale, reach your left leg nice and high. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward. Find a nice wide base, rise up, high lunge. So you can always pull that foot through if you need to. Checking on the front knee, stacks on top of the ankle. Never forwards off the toes if you can. And then begin to interlace your fingers behind you, awkward thumb on top. Take a big inhale, roll the shoulders back, and then as you exhale, humble warrior, fold down towards the inside of that front leg. See if you can send the arms over the head if you've got a little bit more space. Take 1 more big inhale. And as you exhale, release the right hand to the ground, left hand onto the lower back. Take a deep inhale, exhale, twist. You can stay here if you like, reach the arm the high. So if it feels awkward on the neck, you can always keep the gaze shifting down. Completely up to you. Release the hand to the mat. Take your time, downward dog. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, lower the knees to the ground, child's pose. Bring the seat to the heels. Keep reaching the arms out in front of you and then turn the palms so they're facing towards each other, pinkies towards the ground. Yeah. Think about spreading across the shoulder blades, sending the armpits towards the ground. Yeah, so think about that cat-like spread of the shoulder blades. Yeah, so you can really feel the stretch in the lats. Bringing the palms together, bend into the elbows, send the fingertips way back behind you, stretch into the triceps and into the shoulders. So you can stay here if you need a little bit more depth, if you're not really feeling much. Then maybe bring the arms on top of some bricks, your sofa, I don't know, wall. Should feel nice after all of the arm work. Stay here as long as you need to. If you feel ready, we'll step it back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, reach your right leg nice and high. Exhale, roll the hip open, send the heel towards the glute. So you can stay here if you like. You can flip the right foot behind you. You're on the pinky side of the left foot. Lift the chest, lift the hips towards the ceiling. Yeah, wild thing. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Use your whole body as you slide your right shin forwards, pigeon pose. Left leg long behind your left hip, pointing into the toes. Make sure that there's no pain, so you can always prop yourself up underneath the right hip if you like, and if it feels good. Don't feel like you have to lie down. You can always stay upright. And you can stay here if this is more than enough. If you want to add and thread the needle, thread your left arm underneath the right armpit. Land your ear or the forehead to the ground. Again, feel free to prop the head up. Oh, I just heard a click. Find as much length as you can along the arms. You can stay here if you like with the right arm, reach around your lower back. It's completely up to you. You can stay where you are if that's enough for you. Stay here as long as you need to. If you feel ready, step it back, take your time. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Making sure the inner palms are grounded, index fingers facing forwards. As you inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, wave it back, downward facing dog. Try not to sag the hips. 2 more like that. Inhale, roll forwards. That's it. Exhale, up and back. 1 last time. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, back. As you inhale, reach your left leg nice and high. Exhale, roll the hip open so the heels towards the glute. You can stay here if you like, flip it all the way back behind you, flip the dog. Yeah. Just extend your bottom leg a little bit more. Yeah, and then spin the chest and the hips up towards the ceiling. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Use your whole body to slide your left shin forwards, pigeon pose. And adjust yourself to however feels good on the side for you. Taking those nice soft inhales, nice soft exhales. So you can stay here if this is more than enough for you on this side. If you like, we'll come back to that thread the needle. So right arm goes underneath the left arm. Finding as much length as you can as you land your right shoulder to the ground. Maybe the ear or maybe the forehead. Maybe you'll prop your head up. You can stay here. If you like, left arm reaches around your lower back. Whatever you kind of want. Obviously, if you reach your left arm around your lower back, it changes the stretch in that left side a little bit more different. So just go accordingly to what you need from the body. And you might feel that this is a little bit more intense on the outer left glute. So just be mindful of where you're at. Remember, the goal is to keep that nice steady breath, nice steady mind. Again, stay here as long as you need to. If you feel ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Take your time. Inhale, look at in front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the chest through. Exhale, fold forwards. Press down the legs, the inhale lifts you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. And as you exhale, open, twist towards the right. Left arm forwards, right arm back. Try not to move too much in the hips. Yeah. Hips. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, open, twist towards the left. Keep the hips facing forwards as you roll the left shoulder back. Then take a big inhale, reach the arms all the way up, find length. Exhale, fold forwards, interlace your fingers back behind you, and then fold all the way down. Pedal out through the legs, sway into the hips, if you like. Just keep sending the arms way over the head. Releasing the grip as you inhale, halfway lift, pull the chest through. Exhale, scoot your feet nice and wide, pivot the toes out, squat low. Land your seat to the ground, fingertips behind you if you like. Extend the legs out in front of you. Find your length, take a deep inhale, sit nice and tall. And then as you exhale, maybe fold forwards, maybe the knees are slightly bent, maybe you're propping your hips up. Whatever feels good. As long as you can feel it in the hamstring, there's a bit of engagement here. And coming all the way up as you cross your right foot over that left leg. Make sure the big toe is grounded, followed by the sitting bones. The right fingertips behind you, sit nice and tall. Bring the hand a little bit closer towards the lower back, yeah. So take a deep inhale, reach your left arm nice and high. Exhale, hook the elbow, or maybe the left hand comes on top of the knee. Take a deep inhale, find your length, and as you exhale, gentle twist. Coming back through center, as you extend your right leg long, cross your left foot over. Press into your base, left hand behind you as you inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, we'll find your twist. Take a deep inhale, find your lengths, and then as you exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Maybe the gaze over that left shoulder. And then coming back through center, release the legs as you slowly lie all the way down. Hug the knees in. Gently rock side to side. It's really grounding into your lower back as you maybe close down the eyes here. Take a big inhale through the nose, fill it all the way to the top. And then as you exhale, release the legs out in front of you, arms by your sides, palm faces up, eyes closed, final pose. You can stay here as long as you need to. If you feel ready to come out, we'll begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then we'll begin to roll onto the right side. Staying here a little bit longer. If you feel ready to go, we'll come to a comfortable seated position, sitting really nice and tall. Taking a big inhale, reach the arms nice and high. And then as you exhale, hands to the other heart center and bow the head forwards. And take this moment to just appreciate this practice today, the time that you gave yourself. Showing love and gratitude to yourself and to this practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you. High five.